Hi, David here, One Up Gaming. Gonna have a quick look at this GarlicOS operating system on the Amberneck RG35XX. Now, the last video I made, I was an idiot. I had this, and I'll show you what I sort of did. You could, all my PlayStation games, I had to go through RetroArch, go through the memory card, go through the ROMs, go through the PlayStation folder, then find each game and play. Nothing would show up on the consoles folder, like the quick sort of thing. And on the consoles folder is where you can actually do the save states. So it saves on the actual, like it saves a screenshot of the game of where you are in the actual game. And I've moved a file from, because I've discovered since that the GarlicOS can't read through folders. So when you get a ROM and you unzip it, normally all the contents are within its own dedicated folder. And because of that, when you put all the ROMs onto the little memory card, then the GarlicOS can't see the actual game. So when you load this sort of view up, you don't get any PlayStation games. But what I did was I went through every individual game, took out one file and put it onto the SD card on the PS folder, not in their own individual folder. But when I did that, then say there was a game that had 6 pieces of music, the queue file, bin file, whatever you want to call it. When he actually had loads of files, it actually showed like 6 names of the same game. So then I went back to the drawing board, and I just took out one file from the folder and put it in the PlayStation file. And now when you go to it, it has the PlayStation symbol, and it's now got all the games on there, and you can add them as a favourite. So once they're added to favourites, you can then go to your favourites, and so they're all my favourite games. So you just go to your favourites folder, see all them. And because what I've done, because they're now within that, when you go to your recents, you can see the recent games. So there's Rock and Roll Racing, SimCity, I'm still playing SimCity. And then I've got PlayStation games that are there ready just to start and play. Megalomania, Gran Turismo 2, Cannon Fodder, Vanishing Point. So as an example, click the OK button, and it just loads straight into the next bit. Have a quick go at this. You forget how long some of the loading times are with the PlayStation games. You probably won't hear the music, but it is there. So this is a racing game made by Clockwork Games, I think it was. And it's a very similar to like a Need for Speedy sort of game. It's got a load of arcade sort of fun, like little mini games, which I do love. But as an example, let's go to exit. Are you sure? Yes. So we'll come back out of this, back onto the home screen. And then you press the menu button, and that saves the state. So if I go back into it now, that's the last game I played, and that's where I am. So that's what you do. You just basically want to play that, and you straight onto the game, which is really, really cool. The other thing you might have noticed, the battery indicator, if you hold the menu button on this screen and press select, you get a plus symbol, a plus plus, a minus, and a minus minus, and back to nothing. So basically what that means is, if you want to play really demanding PlayStation games and some Super Nintendo games with the Super FX chip, you put the plus plus on and it overclocks your little machine, and it actually plays the games a lot smoother and a lot better. And if you want to play some really old NES games, some Game Boy games, put the minus on, and that underclocks it, but that will potentially save a bit of time on the battery life, which that's pretty cool. And then there's like loads of other little shortcuts. So hold menu and the up and down button, and that does the screen brightness, which is pretty cool. And there's loads of other shortcuts which I don't really know because I don't use it that much. But yeah, I just found it so good that I can now do my save states on my PlayStation games, which is pretty fun. Yeah. So that is the GarlicOS. Sort of like quick talk through how I used it better now, and apologises for being an idiot on the last video, but hopefully you've seen a little bit more of it and you've seen how cool this little machine is. And you can buy these from our website. Just go to wallupgaming.co.uk and you can select it from the home screen, and they're about 70 quid. They are amazing little machines. I really love this. So David here, Wallup Gaming, saying thank you. Goodbye.